Jam on toast!
Hey everybody, welcome to the Jam. I'm Cameron. Today the toast is 2, Hard 8. This movie review is response to Sourcefed Nerds Movie Club, but editors, if you'll go here, I got a longer explanation about how please don't use anything but my channel name underneath my face. Thank you very much. So the short sell on this one is that an older gentleman picks up a down-on-his-luck guy who then he teaches to go to Vegas and work the casinos to kind of get by. So my love for this one is kind of the altruistic ideal of being able to give somebody a hand up and actually have it work. Have you heard of Mr. Durden? My hate it is that it doesn't turn out to be altruism, and it kind of puts that bad taste in my mouth that everybody has an angle. The MVP for this was definitely the guy who plays Sid, Philip Baker Hall. I love the calm, collected guy that he is throughout most of the thing. Most of the time he's looking at his system and he's like, oh, this is what you do, because this, and that, and that, and that's how you can work it around. And then later you kind of realize that it's not all there is to him. And I don't exactly dislike the other guy either, but you'll find out what it is when you watch the movie. But let's get on the categories. Aesthetics. This movie does a really good job of setting the mood, either with the lighting in the movie or the subtle music, the transitions, just the way the scenes are framed up. I know the hotel room's supposed to be a hotel room, but the way they get that angle in, it's almost really like you're part of the wall, and it looks supernatural. And even though they're walking around in like 6 feet of space, there's a lot of power going back and forth in that scene, and it's just one example out of the entire movie where everything is set for a purpose. And if you look a little bit closer, there's probably something else going on. The aesthetics gets an 88. Character development. I love it when movies drip feed you information. It's a really good storytelling mechanic, and it helps develop characters because you control exactly how much the audience knows about the character in your movie, whether or not you do this, really. But if you just give everything to them up front, then, okay, well, this is what this character is, I'm done with them. But as soon as you start drip feeding, you're like, oh, well, I'm probably going to get this throughout the entire movie. And then as soon as you feel comfortable with what it is, you put a big drop in there, and it almost changes immediately how you see that character. And it makes you want to go watch the movie again. Rewatchability in a movie is so important, and really, to me, that's where you get it, is in character development, more strongly than anything else, because a lot of people just relate to the characters. Character development gets a 92. Storyline. Now, the drip feed obviously affects the story as well, but it seems to be more obvious in the characters. This was a good story, but if you tell it in straight and order, it lacks a little bit. It's still really good, and I still kind of like it, and it's really just him trying to help out this guy, and then maybe it doesn't really go the way everyone expects it to go, like life does. But this puts a nice spin on it, and it's really for you to go watch and decide if it's good, bad, evil, or just. Storyline gets a 90. Compulsion. I did have some struggles with paying attention to this, because you really have to concentrate kind of what's going on. And if you're paying attention and you notice you kind of need to look a little deeper, I kind of felt like I was missing things throughout the whole movie, whether or not I was. And it made me zone in, but then I got bored because it does lull from time to time. And that's part of the structure, and keeping you guessing and unaware of what's happening. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not the strongest thing for me. But I still really liked it. I enjoyed it very much moment to moment, and when it picks up, you forget that you've been waiting for it to pick up. You really do. Compulsion gets an 88. Now, if you total everything up, you get an average of 89.5. For my wrap-up review, I've really got to say this: you don't know what this movie is until you've watched the whole thing, and then it made me want to go watch it again. It really did. I'd recommend it for everybody. There's adult situations and whatnot, so be aware, but I think High School Up can handle it. I think that's it for me. I'm Cameron. You don't like me? Bite me. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels.